Okay, roborock S6, expensive little piece of equipment.
Back to the dock.
And here doesn't sound real good.
Pause.
So, not meant to sound like that. So we're gonna pull it apart and have a look at the fan. Beautiful. So what you're gonna need to do this. Not a lot of hand tools. Plastic prier. That'll get you in underneath here to pop all this up. You work your way around. Eventually it'll just come off. Selection of screwdrivers. I'm going to use a impact wrench. You will need a pick of some description. There's a couple of little rubber plugs. One here. You'll need to pop all them out. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but pretty much find every single Phillips head screw that you can. You'll need to pull every single one of these screws out to be able to do this. So I'm going to strip it down. Word of warning, take your time, be careful. There shouldn't be any clips in these, none of the other ones were. You will need to pull the floor sweeper off as well. To get this front bit off, these screws around here all need to come out. The outer lip of this plastic will come off, and then this front bit will come off. Okay, I will get back to you when I've got it pulled apart. Just another thing to add when you're pulling this apart. When you take the battery out, there is one screw there. You need to pull the side sweeper motor out. There's another screw here, so they're easy to miss. And one other thing. Some of these screws up in here, I can't remember exactly what one it is, but they will have on them white plastic covers. So they're just like a stick-on one, so master screws. You will need to find out what ones they are. This one's been pulled apart before, so they're not exactly where they should be, but they are there, so keep an eye out for them. Okay, so you've removed all your screws. Now this will need to be popped off. Mine's already loose. It's another job for that little plastic scraper there. Wherever I'll put it. Over here. Get it up underneath the gaps there. And pry, and it should just all pop off. Right. That is our suction fan. That's what was making that horrible, horrible noise. So to replace that, pretty simple. This rubber boot just pops out. Don't lose that bit of foam. It does actually need it. As much as you think it's pointless, it's not. Simple matter of unplug here, couple of screws, lift it out. We've got this retainer around here that also needs to come off, obviously, to get it out. New one in, put it all back together. Just wanted to talk about aftermarket parts for a sec. So, one on the left, aftermarket, one on the right, factory one. Now, if you look at the componentry in these, they're identical. There's no discernible difference apart from those little numbers there. Alright, and then most of that just states what it is. And actually, if you look carefully, the numbers are there. They're just printed in a different spot. The likelihood that these came out of the same factory, pretty good. Don't mind the door there, it's windy. You know, even down to the names on the boards. You know, it's probably been produced in the same factory, just in a different coloured plastic. To replace it with one from roborock directly, you're looking at a bit over $100. To replace it with the aftermarket one there, $30. You know, you look at the two, you make the choice on whether you want to go and spend over $100 on genuine or $30 on an aftermarket one, and that's delivered to your door. Factory one didn't include postage. I didn't bother looking up what it was going to cost, because at the price of the aftermarket one, there wasn't much choice in it for me. Just another handy tip for you. You've got stainless and gal screws in this. All the stainless screws will be these holes around the back, the ones that are exposed. And the little stainless ones will all be on these. These are your exposed edges. There is what will be stainless. Okay, so we're all back together. All up, probably about a 45-minute job. So we heard the noise before.
Continue returning to the dock.
much quieter,
Positioning.
exactly how it's meant to be.
Please wait.
Good.